Good evening or good morning, basketball fans, and welcome to Friedenberg Court on the campus of Mississinewa High School for tonight's IHSAA boys basketball competition between the visiting Delta Eagles and the home team on the scoreboard, the Mississinewa Indians. Again, welcome to Mississinewa High School for tonight's contest. I'm Ryan Scott, and we're going to turn it over to PA announcer Kurt McCollum for the starting lineup.
These duties, average, and encouragement and support. Efforts of a lot of talents of all participants is greatly appreciated. Bullying, taunting, or intimidating officials, coaches, or athletes is unacceptable and unsportsmanlike. I'd like to introduce you to starting lineups. First, for the visitors, the Delta Eagles. Starting at one guard, number 11, Spencer St. John. Another guard, number 20, Kate Oliver. One forward, number 24, Brady Mormon. The other forward, number 25, Kyle Tempest. And the center, number 42, Dale Case. The Eagles are coached by Chris Van. Now let's meet the starting lineup for Mississinewa Indians. Starting at one guard, number 21, Kay Campbell. Another guard, number 31, Drew Castanon. Third guard position, number 40, Colin Yoder. At one forward, number 10, Tyler Sizemore. And at the other forward, number 22, Deshaun McClung. He's coached by Connor Cunningham and his assistant, Cody Turner. This was this morning. Peter Olson and Tom Fox.
The tip is up and controlled by the Indians. Campbell goes to Yoder at the top of the key. Goes to Castanon. Castanon looks, kicks it back out to Yoder at the top of the key. Yoder goes to Campbell, goes to Sizemore in the corner, kicks it out to Campbell. Campbell goes to Sizemore in the wing. Passes it off to Campbell down low, and it's swatted away, and it's out on Delta, Mississinewa ball. Campbell passes in to Castanon. Castanon thinks about going inside, kicks it out to Yoder at the top of the key. Yoder, two-point jumper, down and good. Delta gets down low for an easy two-point basket. Yoder tries to drive down low, kicks it out. Goes to Castanon. Castanon about loses the ball, goes to Campbell for a three, and it's no good. Rebound Castanon. Castanon goes to Sizemore at the top of the key. Thinks about a two-point jumper. No. Goes to Castanon, goes to McClung. McClung down low, and he is fouled. Foreman's first, team's first, McClung at the line. McClung misses his first. McClung's second goes up, no good. Rebound Castanon. Goes to Campbell. Campbell goes to Castanon, goes to Yoder, back to Castanon. Campbell goes to Sizemore. Sizemore drives, kicks it out to Castanon. Castanon goes to Campbell. Campbell, two-point jumper. No good. Rebound Delta. Delta to their side. Delta for 3, no good. Rebound Campbell goes to Yoder, down low, 2-point basket is up and good. Delta trying to go down low, and it's swatted away. Sizemore to their side for the Indians. Goes to Campbell. Campbell goes down low, and he is fouled. Campbell will be at the line shooting 2. Campbell makes his first. Misses his second. McClung with the rebound. Goes to Campbell, goes to Yoder at the top of the key. Yoder goes to Campbell. Campbell drives, goes up, no good. Rebound McClung. McClung goes back up, no good. Rebound Campbell, up and good. 30-second timeout Delta. This 30-second timeout is brought to you by Twin City Auto Body, 1427 East Main in Gas City, 765-674-7733. We'll be back in 30. Welcome back with 4 minutes and 22 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Indians lead 7-2. Delta to their side. Delta working it around, and it's a turnover on Delta. McClung goes to Campbell. Campbell goes to Yoder at the top of the key. Yoder goes to Campbell at the top. Goes to Cassanon. Cassanon to McClung. McClung goes to Campbell. Goes to Cassanon for 3, and it's no good. Rebound Delta. Delta to their side. At the top of the key, tries to drive, no. Delta goes down low, and it's no good. Rebound Cassanon. Cassanon goes to Yoder. Yoder, 2-point jumper, and it's no good. Rebound Delta. Out of bounds, Delta, and it's going to the Indians. Campbell goes to McClung, goes back to Campbell. Campbell goes up. 2-point bucket is good. Delta drives. 2-point bucket is good, and they are fouled. Fouls on Indian. Deshaun McClung, his first. Team's first. Delta at the line shooting 1, and they make it. Campbell to their side for the Indians. Goes to Yoder. Yoder goes to Cassanon. Cassanon goes back to Yoder. Yoder tries to drive, kicks it out. Cassanon. Cassanon goes to Campbell. Campbell goes down low to McClung. McClung is swatted away, and it's still going to the Indians. Campbell to inbound. Campbell goes to Sizemore, goes to Yoder. Yoder for 3, and it's good. Delta to their side, trying to get an easy bucket. And they throw it away. Cassanon out and running. Cassanon goes up by himself, no good. Rebound McClung. McClung goes up and good. And Delta almost turns it over again. Delta to their side. Delta for three, up, no good. Rebound Delta. Delta goes up for two, and it's good. 30-second timeout. This 30-second timeout is brought to you by Sophie's Ice Cream, 306 West Main Street in Gas City, 765-677-0155. Mississinewa tries to go up, no good. Rebound Delta. Delta to their side. Delta goes up for two, no good. Rebound McClung. Goes to Campbell. Campbell out and running. Goes to Cassanon. Cassanon goes to McClung, down low, down and good. 2-point basket. Delta to their side, trying to drive in, and they do, and it's no good. Rebound Sizemore. Sizemore looks to go to Cassanon. Cassanon goes to Yoder in the corner. Yoder tries to drive baseline. He steps out of bounds, and the ball is going to Delta. .25 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Delta to their side. And they turn it over. Campbell out and running. Campbell at the top of the key with 12 seconds left. Campbell drives, he goes up, and good. 2-point basket, Cade Campbell. Delta turns it over. Yoder grabs it, and he steps out of bounds, and it's going back to Delta. Delta driving baseline with 0 seconds left. At the end of the first quarter on the Nicholson Realty scoreboard, Indians 18, Delta 10. We'll be back in 60 seconds. This 60-second timeout is brought to you by Old Miss U Sports. Delta to their side. Delta works around Mississinewa's great defense. And Delta steps out of bounds, and it's going to Mississinewa. Cassanon goes to Campbell. Campbell marching to their side. Goes to Yoder. Yoder thinks about a three. No. Goes to Enzor. Goes back to Yoder. Goes down low to McClung. Passes it off to Castanon. Castanon's two-point bucket is good, and he's fouled. And at the line, shooting one. Castanon's first and only is good. Delta to their side with 6:33 left to play. Fouls on Indian number 31, Drew Castanon. Evan Bellis checks in for the lineup for the Indians. Delta to their side, trying to get an easy bucket. Delta in the corner for three, and it's no good. Rebound Enzor. Goes to Campbell. Campbell to their side. Goes to Bellis. Bellis goes to Campbell at the top of the key. Goes to McClung. Back to Campbell at the top of the key. Goes to Bellis. Bellis tries to go down low to McClung, and he turns it over. Delta for three, and it's good. Best of luck to RJB boys basketball as they travel to Mechanical for the Mechanical tournament. And best of luck to RJB 7th grade girls as they travel to Alexandria for the CIC championship. Delta is going to their side. Delta with the easy two-point bucket. Yoder for three, and it's good.
Yoder for three.
McClung out and running for the Indians. He goes up, no good. Rebound Enzor. Enzor goes up, no good. And Enzor fouls Delta. Delta will be taking it out of bounds. Delta to their side. Delta loses control of the ball, and it's going to the Indians. Yoder to inbound, goes to Campbell. Campbell to their side for the Indians. Yoder for a three. Delta to their side. Delta working around Mississinewa's defense. Delta goes to the wing, kicks, tries to go down low, and it's swatted away. They hold on to it, and two-point bucket is good for Delta. Campbell out and running, goes to Yoder. Yoder at the corner for three, and it's no good. Delta tries to go in, and they are fouled. Fouls on Colin Yoder, his first, team's fourth. Brendan Gokenauer will check in for the Indians. Delta to take it out. Delta in the corner, tries to drive baseline, goes up, no good. And it's going to the Indians. Gokenauer tries to drive baseline, turns it over, going to Delta. Delta for a long three, and it's no good. Campbell out and running. Campbell for a two-point jumper, and it's good. Good luck to Ole Miss wrestlers Kyler Funk, Cortland Smith, and Tyler Tackett as they advance to the Peru Regionals. Delta for three, and it's good. 1 minute, 13 seconds left to play. Campbell to their side for the Indians. Gokenauer in the corner, goes to Campbell. Bellis tries to go to Enzor. Delta swats it away, and it's still going to be Indian basketball. Bellis goes to Campbell. Campbell goes to Gokenauer. Gokenauer goes to Enzor, and it's kicked. Mississinewa ball. Gokenauer goes to Campbell at the top of the key. Goes to Gokenauer. Gokenauer for three, and it's good. 37 seconds left to play in the third, or in the second, sorry. I was thinking about the third and saying the third. Delta working around Mississinewa's great defense. Delta trying to go down low, and they do, and it's up and good. 10 seconds left to play, and Campbell brings it down floor for the Indians. 2 seconds. Enzor for three, and it's no good. On the Nicholson Realty scoreboard, Indians lead 32-21. RJB 8th grade and 7th grade updates. 7th grade advances with a win over Peru, 43-27. Crick had 13 and Betts had 10. 8th grade advances with a win over Peru, 54-36. Campbell with 15, Williams 11, Asbury 11, and Ansel 15. We'll be back after halftime. Halftime is brought to you by Dollar General, 1026 East Main Street in Gas City, 765-674-4266.
Castanon, Colin Yoder, and Sean Crump.
Mississinewa to take it out of bounds, goes to Campbell. Campbell at the top of the key. Campbell goes to Castanon. Castanon goes to Campbell, goes McClung down low. Goes to Castanon, he loses control. Delta ball, Delta goes up, down, and good. Campbell goes to Castanon, goes back to Campbell, goes back to Castanon. Castanon goes to Campbell at the top of the key. Goes to Castanon. Castanon goes to Campbell, goes back to Castanon. Castanon for three, and it's no good. Rebound, Campbell. Campbell goes up, no good. Rebound, Delta. Delta to their side. Delta trying to move around Mississinewa's defense, and they are fouled. Fouls on Indy number 21, Cade Campbell. Or 31, sorry, Drew Castanon. Delta to their side with 5:18 left to play. And Delta turns it over. And Mississinewa loses control, and it's Delta ball, and in the process of all that, one of Delta's coaches has his first warning of the game. Delta to their side with 5 minutes left to play. Thinks about a two-point jumper, no, goes down low. That's up and good. Sizemore for three, and it's no good. Rebound, Campbell. Campbell goes up, down, and good. Delta to their side. Delta to their side, goes in the corner, kicks it out for a three, and that's no good. Ball rolls out of bounds, and it's going to the Indians. Campbell to take it out, goes to McClung. McClung goes to Campbell. Campbell heading to their side at the top of the key. Bellis for three, and it's down and good. Delta to their side, working around at the top of the key. Delta loses control, and it's going to the Indians. Campbell goes to Yoder, goes to McClung. McClung goes to Sizemore. Sizemore goes up, down, and good. Delta looks trying to go down low, and it's swatted away by the Indians, and it's still going to Delta. Delta thinks about a three, no, and they turn it over. Goes to McClung, down floor. He goes up, down, and good. There's going to be a foul on Indy number 30, Evan Bellis. Delta swinging it around. Goes to the corner. Delta for three, and it's no good. Delta drives, goes up, and it's good. Campbell to their side. Campbell at the top of the key. Goes to Bellis. Bellis goes to Campbell. Campbell goes to Yoder. Sizemore in the corner. Thinks about a three. No. Goes to Campbell. Bellis drives baseline. Kicks it off to McClung. And it's a turnover on Mississinewa. Delta goes up. No good, but they are fouled. St. John at the line shooting two. And the first one is good. Payne Enzor and Drew Cassanon checks in for the lineup for the Indians. St. John second is up. And no good, rolls in and out. Campbell to their side with 1:33 left to play in the third. And it's a turnover on Mississinewa. Delta out and running, and they are fouled. It's going to go on Indy number 21, Cade Campbell. St. John's first goes up and good. His second goes down and good. Campbell goes to Maddox. Maddox goes to Campbell, goes to Bellis, goes back to Maddox, goes to Campbell. Campbell goes to Bellis. Bellis goes to Campbell at the top of the key, goes to Bellis. Goes to Yoder or Cassanon. Cassanon goes to Yoder. Cassanon goes to Enzor, and he is fouled. Enzor's first one is no good. One more to come. Second one is down and good. Delta to their side. Delta drives for two. Campbell goes. Maddox in the corner for three, and it's good.
Seth Maddox for three.
Ten seconds left to play in the third. Delta drives for an easy two-point bucket, down and good. And they are fouled, and Delta will be at the line shooting one. Gokenauer enters for Mississinewa. St. John's first and only is good. Bellis goes to Castanon with three, goes to Maddox. Maddox for a long three, and it's no good. At the end of the third on the Nicholson Realty scoreboard, Indians 45, Delta 35. We'll be back in 60 seconds. This 60-second timeout is brought to you by Turning Over a New Leaf, Flowers and Gifts, 313 West Main Street in Gas City, 765-573-3366. We'll be back in 60. Delta to their side. Delta works, thinks about a three. No, three is no good. Rebound Delta. Delta is fouled. On the Indian number 12, Seth Maddox, his first, team sixth. Delta for three, and it's no good. Rebound Gokenauer. Gokenauer goes to Campbell. Campbell driving baseline. Goes to Castanon. Castanon goes up for a two-point bucket, and it's no good. Delta thinks about driving. No, kicks it off. Down low. And it's good. Mississinewa throws it away, and it's going to Delta. Colin Yoder checks in for the lineup for the Indians. Delta tries to go down low. Campbell swats it away, and it's still going to Delta. Delta thinks about a three, no. Gets down low, tries to go up, no. And it's off of an Indian, and it's still going to Mississinewa. Delta to inbound at the top of the key. Delta goes up for two, and it's no good. Rebound Delta. Delta tries to go up for two, and it kicks it out. Two-point jumper is up and no good. Rebound Delta. Delta goes up for two, and it's good, and they are fouled. And Delta will be at the line shooting one. Delta knocks it away, and it's going to the Indians. 5:05 left to play in the fourth. Campbell goes to Yoder. Yoder goes to Campbell. Campbell at the top goes to Yoder. Yoder goes to Enzor. Goes to Cassanon. Goes to McClung, and there's going to be a jump ball. No, sorry, a foul. Foul's on Delta, and Mississinewa will be taking it out. Campbell goes to Yoder. Yoder for three, and it's no good. Rebound Delta. Delta for a long three, and it's no good. Rebound Delta. Full timeout Delta. This 60-second timeout is brought to you by Needham Story Waltner. We'll be back in 60. Delta will be taking it out. Delta at the top of the key. Delta drives down low, goes up, no good. Rebound Delta. Delta goes up, no good. Rebound McClung. McClung goes to Campbell. Campbell out and running. Campbell goes to Yoder. Yoder swings it around, goes to Campbell. Goes to Cassanon. Cassanon goes to McClung, goes to Enzor. Enzor tries to go up, no good, but he's fouled. Enzor will be at the line shooting two and misses his first. Enzor's second is good. Delta to their side with 3:44. And it's another turnover on Delta. Yoder goes up for an easy 2-point bucket. Delta kicks it out for the corner for 3, and it's no good. Rebound Delta, and goes up for 2. 3:12 left to play. Campbell goes to Yoder. Yoder goes to Campbell. Goes to Yoder, goes to Castanon. Castanon, 2-point jumper is down and good. And it's another Delta turnover. Mississinewa to their side. And Mississinewa is fouled. Fouls on Delta Kate Oliver. Campbell to Mississinewa's side with 2:30 left to play. And Yoder is fouled. Fouls on Delta Kate Oliver. Campbell goes to Yoder. Yoder goes to Sizemore, goes to McClung. Castanon is up, no good. Delta to their side. Delta tries to go up for 2. No. There's a timeout. Full timeout, Delta. This full time is brought to you by Salem Bank, 716 East Main Street in Gas City, 765-382-3640. We'll be back in 60. Two minutes left to play in the fourth, and Delta is taking it out. Delta drives baseline, goes up behind the back, no good. Rebound Delta goes up, no good. There's going to be a foul. Fouls on Grady Foreman. Yoder goes to Campbell. Campbell goes to Castanon. Castanon almost loses control, and he is fouled. Fouls on Delta Spencer St. John. Castanon will be at the line shooting a 1-and-1. First one goes up and good. Second one goes up, no good. Delta to their side. Delta goes up for an easy 2, no good, but they are fouled, and Delta will be at the line shooting 2. Fouls on Indian number 22, Deshaun McClung. Campbell goes to Castanon. Castanon looks, goes back, tries to go to Campbell, and it's off of Delta and Mississinewa ball. And the Indians turn it over. Delta goes up for an easy 2, and they're swatted away, but they are fouled. Fouls on Indian number 22, Deshaun McClung. Delta goes up for their first one, and it's good. The second one goes up and good. Full timeout, Delta. This full timeout is brought to you by Marion General Hospital, 660-6744. Marion General, 660-4644. We'll be back in 60. Yoder goes to Campbell. With 1 minute left to play. Campbell goes to Sizemore in the corner, goes to Yoder. Yoder and Mississinewa is fouled. Fouls on Grady Foreman. Yoder will be at the line shooting a 1 in bonus. First and only is no good. Traveling violation on Delta, and it's going to Mississinewa. Delta fouls Sizemore. Fouls on Delta Trey Thornburg. Sizemore will be at the line shooting a 1 in bonus. Sizemore first is down and good. And Delta turns it over, and Delta fouls McClung. Deshaun McClung will be at the line shooting a two-shot bonus. First one is good. 32 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Second one goes up, no good. Delta to their side with 25 seconds left to play. For a long three, and it's no good. Rebound Delta. Delta puts it back up and good. Castanon is fouled. Castanon will be at the line shooting two. First one. Second one is good. Delta to their side with 8 seconds left to play. At the end on the Nicholson Realty scoreboard, Indians 55, Eagles 47. This game is brought to you by Via Credit Union, www.viacu.org. We'll be back with the varsity pregame in 10 minutes. This is Indians basketball on the Tribe Sports Network. Varsity stats for both teams. Let's start off with Delta. Points per game is Josh Bryan with 20. Rebounds per game is Josh Bryan with 5. Assists per game, Zach Gardner with 2. Steals per game is Gardner is 2. And blocks per game is Josh Bryan with a half. Points per game for Mississinewa, Tabit Galt with 15. Rebounds per game is Tabit Galt with 12. Assists per game is Anthony Horton with 3. Steals per game, Anthony Horton with 1. And blocks per game is a half for Tabit Galt. Team stats, let's go for Delta. Points per game is 52 points. Rebounds per game is 21. Assists per game is 8. Steals per game is 8. And blocks per game is 1. Mississinewa, points per game is 55. Rebounds per game is 28. Assists per game is 12. Steals per game is 7. And blocks per game is 1. We got 9 minutes. Roughly 9 minutes until we get started with the varsity contest. You're watching Indians basketball on the Tribe Sports Network.
This time, the Mississinewa Community Pride Band will honor America with a playing our national anthem under the direction of Ms. Michaela Nielsen. starting line for your Mississinewa. Starting at one guard, 6'1" sophomore, number 22, Anthony Horton. At the other guard, 6' freshman, number 40, Landon Swanner. At 1 forward, Gavin Ball. Indians are coached by Andrew Evans and his assistant James Reed. Officials for today's game: Justin Paul, Michael Eason, and Travis Horn.
The varsity contest is getting underway. The tip is up and controlled by Belmont, or Delta, sorry. Delta working around Mississinewa's early great defense. Bryan goes to Gardner. Goes to Greenberg. Wilburn for three, and it's no good. Swanner goes to Horton. Horton heading to their side for the Indians. Goes to Larry Dean. Dean goes to Horton. Horton goes to Dean down low, and it's no. Delta to their side. Gardner goes to Bryan. Bryan goes to Hunt. Hunt for three, and it's good. Horton goes to Swanner at the top of the key. Goes to Martin. Martin goes to Swanner, to Dean, to Horton. Goes to Swanner. Swanner goes to Horton. Horton goes to Swanner at the top of the key. Goes to Galt. Goes to Horton. Goes back to Galt. Galt goes up for two. No, and he is fouled. Galt will be at the line shooting two. Misses his first. And his second one is down and good. Delta marching to their side. Hunt for three, and it's no good. Rebound Gardner. Hunt goes up, no good. Rebound Tabit Galt. Galt goes to Swanner. Swanner goes to Horton. Horton goes to Dean. Dean goes to Horton. To Martin in the corner. Goes to Horton. Swings it over to Swanner. Goes to Dean down low. Dean goes up, no good. Rebound Delta. Bryan to their side. Goes to Gardner. Goes to Hunt. Goes to Bryan. Goes to Hunt. Hunt loses control, and they turn it over. 30-second timeout, Mississinewa. This 30-second timeout is brought to you by Grant County State Bank, proudly serving Grant County for over 70 years. Swayze, Marion, and Sweetser. We'll be back in 30. Martin to inbound. Goes to Horton. Horton marching to their side with 5:33 left to play. Horton goes to Swanner. Swanner goes to Martin. Martin goes to Swanner. Swanner at the top of the key goes to Martin. Martin goes to Swanner. Thinks about a three. No. Goes to Martin. Martin goes to Swanner. Swanner does a little drive. Two-point jumper is no good. Out of bounds on Delta, Mississinewa ball. Horton to inbound. Goes to Swanner. Swanner for three, and it's no good. Going to be a jump ball. Jump ball possession, Mississinewa. Galt down low. He goes up, down, and good.
Takes it to the bucket, too.
Greenberg goes to Gardner. Gardner goes to Hunt, and he has fouled. The 2-point bucket is good, and he'll be at the line shooting one.
That's the Green Hunt. He's fouled on the play. Fouls on the 22. Anthony Horton, his first, team first. Hunt will be at the line shooting.
Fouls on Indy number 22, Anthony Horton, his first, team's first. Hunt's first and only is down and good. Swanner goes to Galt. Galt tries to go down low, and he loses control. And Mississinewa grabs the ball. Hunt. Horton goes to Dean. Goes back to Horton. Goes to Swanner at the top of the key. Goes to Galt. Goes to Martin. Goes to Swanner. Swanner goes back to Martin. Goes back to Swanner. Goes to Horton. Horton goes to Swanner. Swanner at the top of the key. Swanner goes down to Galt. Galt goes down low, down and good.
Basket tap, goal assist, and Swanner.
Delta to their side. Bryan tries to drive in, no. Goes to Greenberg. Greenberg goes back to Hunt. Hunt. Sorry, Bryan for a long three. Horton goes to Swanner, goes to Martin. Goes to Swanner, goes to Horton. Horton for a 2-point jumper, and it rolls in and out. Bryan goes to Greenberg for a three, no. Rebound Horton, and there's going to be a foul on Delta. Fouls on Eagle number 3, Zach Bryan, his first, team second. Heisman Skeens checks in for the lineup for the Indians. Skeens goes to Swanner. Swanner to their side at the top of the key. Goes to Horton. Goes to Swanner. Goes to Skeens. Skeens goes to Swanner at the top of the key with 3 minutes left to play in the first quarter. Goes to Horton. Horton in the corner. Goes to Swanner. Swanner goes to Horton. Horton goes to Dean in the corner. Dean kicks it out to Swanner. Swanner goes to Dean. Dean goes up, no good. Rebound Delta. Greenberg to their side. Bryan has the control of the ball. Goes to Greenberg. 3-point basket is no good. Rebound tap at Galt. Goes to Skeen. Skeen is out and running. Skeens goes to Horton. Horton goes back to Skeens. Goes to Swanner. Swanner goes to Skeens. Goes to Horton. Swanner goes to Skeens at the top of the key. Horton goes to Larry Dean, 2-point jumper, and it's down and good. Delta to their side. Hunt goes to Bryan. Bryan goes down low, no good. Rebound tap at Galt, goes to Skeens. Skeens goes to their side for the Indians. And Skeens turns it over. Greenberg tries to go up and he is fouled. Sorry, no foul. Indians tap it out of bounds and it's going back to Delta. Delta to take it out of bounds. Delta for a corner three, and it's no good. Rebound, Heisman Skeens. Skeens goes to Horton. Horton goes to Galt down low, and it's no good, and it's swatted away. Delta to their side. There's going to be a charge, and it's going to Mississinewa.
Player control foul, it's equal number 5. Josh Bryant is first and third.
Player control foul on number 5, Josh Bryan.
Wilbur returns to Delta.
Mississinewa to their side, goes to Horton. Horton heading to their side. Horton goes to Skeens. Skeens goes back to Horton. Horton goes to Wilson in the corner. Thinks about a three. No. Goes to Horton. Skeens dribbles around, goes to Horton. Horton goes to Bounds. Bounds goes for an easy 2-point bucket. 30 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Greenberg has control of the ball for Delta. Six seconds. And Delta turns it over. Horton goes up. No good.
That was pretty good.
At the end of the first quarter on the Nicholson Realty scoreboard, Indians 9, Eagles 9. We'll be back in 60. This 60-second timeout is brought to you by Mississinewa High School Administration. Supports all of our Indian athletics. Give a few updates on RJB athletics. 7th grade boys wins their Mechanical Championship 39-24. And the girls, 7th grade, won their CIC championship. So congratulations to the 7th grade boys and girls for winning their 2 championships today. Delta to their side. Gardner has control of the ball. Gardner goes to Bryan. Bryan goes to Wilburn. Goes to Hunt. Hunt goes to Wilburn. Wilburn thinks, looks, finds Hunt. Hunt goes to Wilburn for a 3, and it's no good. Rebound, Galt. Horton goes to baseline for the Indians. Goes to Galt, goes to Skeens. Skeens goes to Wilson. Wilson in the corner. Goes to Bounds, kicks it out to Horton. Horton goes to Skeens. Skeens goes to Horton. Horton goes to Wilson. Wilson goes to Horton. Horton goes to Bounds down low. Easy 2-point bucket is missed. Fouls on needy number 24, Elijah Bounds. His first, team second. Gardner goes to Bryan for an easy 2-point bucket. Wilson goes to Skeens, goes back to Wilson. Wilson goes to Skeens. Skeens is off of an Eagles foot, and it's going to be Mississinewa ball. Jalen Martin checks in for the lineup for the Indians. Martin to take it out of bounds. Goes to Wilson with 6:30 left to play in the second quarter. Wilson at the top of the key. Goes to Skeens. Skeens goes back to Wilson, goes to Martin. Martin goes to Wilson, goes back to Martin. Martin for three, and it's no good. Gardner heading to their side, goes to Bryan. Bryan goes up for an easy 2-point bucket, and it's no good. Rebound Hunt. Goes to Gardner. Hunt. Looks, goes to Bryan. Bryan turns it over, and it's going to be Mississinewa ball. Skeens goes to Wilson. Wilson goes to Skeens, goes back to Wilson. Wilson thinks about a three, no. Goes to Bounds down low. Bounds goes up, down and good. Fouls on needy number 30, Connor Wilson, his first, team's third, and Belmont would be taking it out of bounds. Gardner has control of the ball, goes to Bryan for a three, no good. Rebound Bounds. Skeens goes to Galt, goes to Martin. Martin goes to Wilson. Wilson goes to Bounds. Galt for three, and it's no good. Rebound Skeens. Skeens goes to Galt. Galt goes in. No good, but he is fouled. Fouls on number 32, Brady Hunt. Galt will be at the line shooting two. Misses his first. Galt's second goes up, down and good. Greenberg to their side. Bryan goes to Wilburn. Wilburn for a 2-point basket, and it's no good. Wilson. Wilson out and running, and he loses control. And it's out of bounds on Delta. Wilson to take it out of bounds. Goes to Martin. Goes to Skeens. Wilson for a corner three, and it's down and good. 3-point basket, Connor Wilson. Bryan tries to go down low, and he travels, and it's going to Mississinewa. Wilson to take it out for Mississinewa. Goes to Skeens. Skeens. Looks, finds no one. Goes to Swanner. Swanner goes to Wilson in the corner. Wilson goes to Skeens. Skeens goes back to Wilson. Wilson thinks about a three. No, gets Galt down low. It's no good, and it's swatted away by Delta, and there's going to be a foul. Fouls on Indian number 42, Tabit Galt. His first, team's fourth. Bounds returns for the lineup for the Indians. Gardner to take it down floor for Delta. Goes to Wilburn. Goes to Greenberg. Greenberg thinks about going inside. No. Greenberg for three, and it's no good. Rebound Bounds. Bounds goes to Swanner. Swanner goes to Skeens. Back to Swanner. Swanner thinks about driving baseline. Goes to Skeens. Goes to Wilson. Wilson goes to Swanner. Swanner for three, and it's good! 3-point basket, Landon Swanner. Full timeout Delta. This full timeout is brought to you by Hometown Animal Hospital, 94 Schaefer Drive in Gas City. 765-674-7387. We'll be back in 60. You're watching Indians basketball on the Tribe Sports Network. Gardner goes to Greenberg. Greenberg looks, finds no one. He is trapped in the corner. Goes to Bryan. Bryan goes up for two, no good. Rebounds Wilson. Wilson out and running. Wilson looks and travels. Gardner out and running. Goes to Greenberg. Greenberg goes up, no good. Rebound, Delta. Goes to Gardner. Goes to Wooden for three or two, and it's good. Wilson out and running. Wilson goes to Swanner down low. Loses control, and it's going to... And Mississinewa turns it over. Gardner out and running. Wilburn goes to Wooden. Greenberg looks. Goes to Bryan. Bryan for three, and it's no good. Rebound, Mississinewa. Martin out and running. He passes it off to Swanner. Swanner goes to Wilson. Wilson goes to Martin. Goes to Swanner. Swanner goes to Martin. Goes to Wilson. Wilson goes to Swanner. Swanner for three, and it's no good. Rebound, Bounds. Bounds goes up, no good. Delta steps out of bounds, and it's going to be Mississinewa ball. Anthony Horton, Larry Dean, and Tabit Galt checks in for the lineup for the Indians. Anthony Horton to take it out of bounds. Goes to Swanner at the top of the key. Goes to Galt, goes back to Swanner. Swanner goes to Horton. There's going Fouls on Indian number 10, Tyler Wilburn. And Mississippi will be taking it out. Swanner to take it out of bounds. Swanner goes to Galt. Galt goes to Martin, goes back to Galt. Galt goes to Martin at the top of the key, goes to Horton, goes to Swanner, goes to Larry Dean. Larry Dean tries to drive, no, goes to Horton. Martin for three, and it's good! 3-point basket, Jalen Martin. Greenberg working around. Goes out of bounds on Delta, and it's going to be Mississinewa ball. Horton at the top of the key. Goes to Swanner. Swanner goes to Horton. Horton does a spin move, goes to Galt down low for an easy 2-point bucket. 30 seconds left to play this second quarter, and there's going to be a foul on Anthony Horton. Fouls on Indian number 22, Anthony Horton, team's fifth. Heisman Skeens checks in for the lineup for the Indians. .25 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Delta to their side. Ten seconds left. 5. Delta for three, and it's no good. At the end of the second quarter, Indians lead 23-13. We'll be back after halftime. This halftime break is brought to you by Jackson's Dairy Farm of Marion. A quick update on the 8th grade basketball team of championship halftime. Indians lead at halftime, 25-17. Welcome back to Mississinewa High School. We're getting the third quarter underway. Indians lead 23-13, and Mississinewa to their side. Horton goes to Dean. Goes back to Horton. Horton goes to Martin in the corner, goes back to Horton. Swanner thinks about a three, no. Goes to Horton, goes back to Swanner. Swanner goes back to Horton. Goes to Galt. Galt goes for three, and it's good. Delta to their side. Greenberg goes to Gardner. Gardner goes to Bryan. Goes to Wilburn. Wilburn for three, and it's no good. Rebound, Landon Swanner. Swanner to take it down floor and throws it away. Greenberg goes to Bryan. Bryan tries to drive in, kicks it off to Gardner. Gardner goes baseline, tries to go up, no good. Rebound, Jalen Martin. Swanner out and running. Goes to Horton. Horton goes to Swanner. Swanner goes to Horton. Goes to Martin in the corner. Goes to Horton. Horton goes to Swanner. Swanner goes to Galt. Galt goes to Horton. Martin for three, and it's no good. Fouls on Indian number 42, Tabak Galt. His second. Delta to their side. Gardner. Fouls on Delta number 5, Josh Bryan. Horton at the top of the key for the Indians. Goes to Swanner, goes back to Horton, goes to Martin. Martin goes to Horton at the top of the key. Martin goes to Horton. Horton At the top of the key, looks for someone open, goes to Swanner. Swanner goes to Galt down low. Galt goes up, rolls in and out, and he is fouled. Fouls on Delta number 20, Josh Greenberg. Galt will be at the line shooting 2. Gardner to their side, goes to Wilburn. Wilburn goes to Gardner. Gardner goes to Greenberg. Wilburn goes to Bryan for a 2-point jumper. Full timeout Delta. This full timeout is brought to you by Edward Jones. 201 West Main Street in Gas City, 765-677-9259. Martin to take it out of bounds for the Indians. It goes to Horton. Horton marching to their side. Horton looks. Horton goes to Martin in the corner. Martin goes to Horton. Horton kicks it out to Galt. Galt for 3, and it rolls in and out. Delta tries to go up for an easy 2-point bucket, and they travel. Mississinewa ball. Horton goes to Martin. Martin goes back to Horton. Horton goes up. 2-point bucket is good, and he is fouled.
Anthony Horton is fouled on play. Fouls on Eagle number 32, Brady Hunt, his third.
Fouls on Eagle number 32, Brady Hunt.
Checks in the lineup for the Eagles. Horton will be at the line shooting 1.
Horton will be at the line shooting 1. Delta to their side. Greenberg goes to Gardner, goes back to Greenberg. Greenberg tries to take it inside, kicks it out to Gardner. Bryan goes inside for an easy 2-point bucket. No good. Fouls on Indy number 12, Jalen Martin. Delta to take it out of bounds. Greenberg goes to Wooden. Gardner drives baseline, and he is fouled. Fouls on number 22, Anthony Horton, his third. Heisman Skeens checks in for the lineup for the Indians.
Fouls on Eagle number 10, Tyler Wilbur, his second. Team 4.
Fouls on Eagle number 10, Tyler Wilburn.
Chase Gardner checks in lineup for Delta.
Officials timeout for an official that his hand is bleeding. The official says, I'm good, and let's go.
Sam Haas checks in lineup for Delta.
Martin to take it out of bounds for the Indians. Goes to Swanner. Swanner goes to Galt in a press defense. Goes to Larry Dean, and Larry Dean throws it away. Brian out and running, he is fouled.
Fouls on Indy 32, Larry Dean, his first. Team 4.
Fouls on Indy number 32, Larry Dean. Delta to their side. Bryan goes to Greenberg. Cox goes to Bryan. Delta for a 2-point bucket, and it's no good. Swanner goes to Gold in the corner for 3, and it's no good. 2:44 left to play in the third quarter. Fouls on Indy number 42, Tabit Galt, his third. Bounds checks in for Mississinewa. Tyler Wilburn checks in for Delta. Skeens dribbles down floor, goes to Bounds. Bounds tries to go to Martin in the corner, and no good. Connor Wilson checks in for the lineup for the Indians. Swanner goes to Wilson at the top of the key. Wilson goes to Swanner, and Swanner throws it away. Fouls on Indy number 30, Connor Wilson.
Josh Bryant. Turns the line, Della. Full timeout, Mississinewa.
Full timeout, Mississinewa. This full timeout is brought to you by Cunningham's Glass, serving Grant County since 1968. 218 South Grant Street in Gas City, 765-674-5551. We'll be back in 60. Wooden goes to Bryan, goes to Hunt for three, and it's no good. Rebound Delta, no good, and rebound Delta again. Hunt goes up for two, no good. Rebound Connor Wilson. Connor Wilson out and running. Swanner for three, and it's good! 3-point basket, Landon Swanner. Hunt drives in for two, and it's good. Swanner for three again, and it's good! 3-point basket, Landon Swanner. Bryan for three, and it's good. Wilson goes to Skeens. Skeens goes to Bounds, down low. Bounds goes up, down and good.
Basket, Elijah Bounds. Foul on the play. Fouls on Eagle number 5, Josh Bryant.
Fouls on Eagles number 5, Josh Bryant, his third.
Returns the lineup. The Delta. Now skating the line for the Indians, shooting 1. Trey Jones enters the line for the Indians.
Bounds will be at the line shooting 2 or 1. Bryan for three, and it's good. Wilson to their side. Wilson goes to Skeens. Skeens goes to Wilson with 20 seconds left. Bounds goes to Wilson. Wilson driving baseline, goes to Jones. Jones tries to go up and no good. 2 seconds left. Bryan pulls up for three and it's no good. At the end of the third quarter on the Nicholson Realty scoreboard, Indians 37, Eagles 26. This 60-second timeout is brought to you by Screen Rescue. 1024 Fairview Drive in Gas City, 765-573-6661.
Taylor Martin, Anthony Morton, Larry Dean, and Kevin Hall return to the lineup for the Indians.
Delta to their side, starting the fourth quarter. Greenberg goes to Hunt, thinks about a three, no, goes to Greenberg. Goes to Wooden, goes to Hunt. Hunt goes up, no. Fake shot. Greenberg for three. Swanner to their side. Swanner goes, passes it off to Gold, and he is fouled. Fouls on number 4, Westland Wooden. Swanner goes to Galt. Galt goes up for two, no. Rebound, no. And Delta is heading to their side. Hunt goes to Bryan. Bryan goes to Wooden. Wooden goes to Hunt. Hunt for three, no good. Rebound, Jalen Martin. Horton at the top of the key. Horton goes to Swanner. Swanner goes to Martin. Martin goes to Horton. Horton goes to Martin. Martin looks, goes to Larry Dean. Larry Dean goes to Horton. Goes to Larry Dean, goes back to Horton. Horton goes to Swanner. Swanner goes to Galt, down low, two-point basket. It's down and good. Gardner to their side. Goes to Bryan and fouls on Indy number 32, Larry Dean, his second, team seventh. Gardner will be at the line shooting a one bonus. First one and only is no good.
That would have been cool if it went back in. Would have been bad, but it would have been cool.
Horton tries to drive, kicks it out to Larry Dean. Larry Dean drives, no good. Delta out and running.
That's why I can't be in
Greenberg for three, and it is good. 30-second timeout, Mississinewa. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This 30-second timeout is brought to you by IMG Insurance Management Group. www.insmgt.com. 765-664-2333. We'll be back in 30. This is Indians Basketball on the Tribe Sports Network. Martin to inbound for the Indians. Martin looks, goes to Horton. Horton gets trapped, goes to, and Mississinewa turns it over. Hunt goes up for a two-point bucket, and it's no good. Out of bounds on Mississinewa, it's going to be Eagle ball. Wooden goes to Bryan. Bryan thinks about a three, no. Goes to Greenberg. Greenberg goes to Hunt. Hunt goes up, no good. Fouls on Eagle number 32, Brady Hunt. His fourth team, 7. Galt will be at the line shooting 1 in bonus. Tyler Wilbert checks in for the lineup for Delta. Galt's first is down and good. His second goes down and good. Greenberg has control for Delta. Greenberg goes in by himself. No good, but he is fouled. Fouls on Indian 40, Landon Swanner, his first, team's 8th. Greenberg will be at the line shooting 2. First one is down and good. Connor Wilson checks in for the lineup for the Indians. Greenberg's second is down and good. Wilson goes to Martin. Martin goes to Wilson. Wilson looks, finds no one. Wilson dribbles, goes to Horton. Horton tries to go to Larry Dean, and they throw it away. Bryan for a long 3, and it's no good. Rebound, Bryan, and it's good. Horton goes to Wilson. Wilson looks, dribbles, goes back to Horton. Goes to Dean. Dean goes to Horton. 4 minutes and 20 seconds left to play in the fourth. Martin thinks about a 3. No. Goes to Wilson. Wilson goes back to Martin. Goes to Wilson. Goes to Horton. Horton goes to Galt down low, and he is fouled. Fouls on number 5, Josh Bryan, his 4th. Galt misses his first. Galt's second goes up and good. Greenberg goes up by himself, no good. Tips out of Mississinewa, and it's going to be Delta ball. Hunt goes up for 2. Skeens goes to Wilson. Wilson drives. No, goes to Larry Dean. Dean goes to Galt. Galt tries to go down low. He's up, and he is fouled. Galt's first is down and good.
Zach Garner returns the line for Delta.
Can we win already? So I go home.
Galt's second is down and good. Bryan to their side with 3:23 left to play. 3-point basket, Josh Greenberg.
Delta.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
Full timeout, Delta. This full time out is brought to you by State Farm. State Farm, Dennis Roach. 144 East Main in Gas City. 765-674-9831. We'll be back. This is Indians basketball on the Tribe Sports Network. .320 left, Horton to inbound. Goes to Wilson. Wilson goes to Skeens. Skeens goes to Horton. Horton looks, tries to go down low, goes to Dean. Dean goes to Galt down low. And Galt gets it. Delta to their side, trying to go down low. Hunt for a 2-point basket. It's no good. Rebound Delta. Hunt for a 2-point bucket. And it's no good. Rebound Galt. Horton. Horton at the top of the key. Goes to Skeens. Skeens goes to Wilson. Wilson at the wing. Crosses over. Half court, goes to Skeens. Wilson goes to Horton. Horton goes to Skeens at the top of the key. Skeens goes to Wilson. Wilson drives baseline. Wilson kicks it out to Horton. Goes to Galt. Galt goes down for 2. Greenberg goes to Wilburn.
Nope.
Bryan goes up, no good. Horton, Wilson for 3, and it's gone!
Thank God we needed that. We needed that.
A quick update on the 8th grade basketball team. They ended their championship with the win, 62-24. Ansel 30, 12 rebounds. Asbury 15, 12 rebounds. Congratulations to head coach Brian Elliott and assistant Peyton Scott and the rest of the team on an outstanding season.
Josh Greenberg. 30-second timeout, Delta.
30-second timeout. This 30-second timeout is brought to you by Raymond James, 1800 North Wabash Road, Suite 103, Marion, Indiana. 765-662-2114. Mississinewa to take it out of bounds, and that'll be Swanner. Swanner goes to Wilson. Wilson goes to Swanner. Swanner for three, and it's good! 3-point basket, Layden Swanner. Mississinewa to take it out of bounds goes to Wilson. Wilson is fouled.
Eagle number 20, Josh Greenberg is second, team 10th. Connor Wilson will be at the line shooting a 2-shot bonus.
Connor Wilson will be at the line shooting a 2-shot bonus. First one's up and good. Second one goes up and good. Greenberg to their side. With 45 seconds left, he drives. His bucket is good and he is fouled. Greenberg will be at the line shooting one. Fouls on needed number 30, Connor Wilson. Jalen Martin checks in for the lineup for the Indians. His shot is no good. Swanner to their side. And Swanner is fouled.
Fouls on Eagle number 5. Josh Bryant is 5th.
A huge shout out to the TribeTV crew as they are doing an outstanding job at this game. Swanner's first is no good. .30 seconds left. Wilburn for three, and it's no good. Rebound, Anthony Horton. And Horton is fouled with 25 seconds left to play.
Fouls on Eagle number 32, Brady Hunt is 5th. Nate Sutherland checks in line for Delta.
Fouls on number 32, Brady Hunt, his 5th. Horton will be at the line. First is down and good.
Hayden Latham and Ethan Shreve checking line for Delta.
Heisman Skeens checks in for the lineup for the Indians. Horton's second one goes up and no good. Wilburn for a deep three, and it's no good. Rebound, Landon Swanner. On the Nicholson Realty scoreboard, Indians win 56-45. Again on the Nicholson Realty scoreboard, Indians 56, Eagles 45. Thank you for tuning in. Have a pleasant day.
1-0.